Germanna's 2020 Nursing and Health Technologies graduates have succeeded in the face of greater challenges than any in the college's 50-year history. The COVID-19 pandemic forced classes online. Clinicals became a problem as hospitals were stressed by the pandemic. Now many of our new graduates will be on the front lines, working hard to save the lives of patients who are battling the virus. They will take their place alongside many earlier Germanna grads in hospitals, nursing homes, and clinics. This month's spring commencement and nurse pinning and health tech convocation ceremonies have been pushed back to December, but we wanted to honor these students now.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Patti Lisk. I am the Dean of Nursing and Health Technologies at Germanna Community College. It is my distinct honor and privilege to welcome you to the Spring Nursing and Health Technologies pinning ceremony. While a pinning ceremony is a time-honored tradition celebrating students' hard work and dedication to their respective profession, it's also a time to celebrate with peers, with faculty, and with loved ones. This pivotal moment, where this rite of passage marks the transition from student life to professional life. But you are right, this does not look like our traditional pinning ceremony, does it? Well, what about these last months has been traditional anyway? Yes, graduates, you made it. Despite the adversity of the COVID virus, you made it. Your tenacity and your perseverance are unparalleled. Moving from face-to-face classes to Zoom or asynchronous classes, you persisted. Facing an unknown clinical environment, again, you persevered. You got the clinical hours, the knowledge, and the skills that were needed to be here today. Congratulations are definitely in order. The ceremony today honors graduates from across the Nursing and Healthcare Technologies Division. Our graduates that we will honor include graduates from our certificate and degree program, the Nurse Aid program, the Medication Aid program, the Pharmacy Tech program, Physical Therapist Assistant program, Practical Nursing program, and the Registered Nursing program. You know, I've heard a lot of things about our Nursing and Health Technologies programs in the years that I've been associated with them, and the one thing I've never ever heard is that the curricula are easy. Well, the truth is the curricula are quite challenging. Successfully graduating from one of these programs during normal conditions is a reason for celebration. To those graduating today, all I can say is, wow, what an accomplishment. So graduates, we celebrate your accomplishments and we celebrate your future. Families and friends, I am sure that I echo your pride and your excitement and your happiness as we celebrate this momentous day where we send our graduates forward as future professionals. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our student speaker, Ian Jingle. Ian is a PTA graduate this semester. He came to the PTA program after working as a firefighter and an EMT. He also spent some time as a security officer in the hospital. Now, he was able to keep that job when he was in the PTA program, as on occasion he had some downtime. Ian will be moving to Bethesda, Maryland after completion of the program and wants to work as a PTA in an inpatient setting. Ian is the president of the 2020 PTA class, and he has been a steadying influence on his class during this COVID situation. Please join me in welcoming Ian Jingle to the ceremony.
My fellow graduates, the CNAs, the LPNs, the RNs, and of course, the PCAs. My name is Ian, and it is a pleasure to be speaking with you today. As the president of the 2020 PTA class and resident big word enthusiast, I was nominated by my peers and professors to give something resembling a graduation speech. So if you'll indulge me for the next 4 minutes, I will attempt to expertly weave some much-needed humor into a rather overly indulgent, Braveheart-esque speech about success in the face of overwhelming adversity. When I was tapped to give this thing, I gotta admit this is pretty far from what I had pictured. Rather than standing sharply dressed on a well-lit stage, I'm delivering this from a Chromebook in my girlfriend's dimly lit guest room, with the state of my clothing beyond my scrub top remaining a mystery. I know I'm far from alone when I say things didn't exactly go as I had planned this last semester. The world went crazy in a big hurry. Things changed. Plans got canceled. We've seen our friends and loved ones scared and even sick. And we've been forced to question if we would get to this point. But we can stop questioning. We made it. Through all the worry and the doubt and the limitless questions, we pressed on and we got to this point. We crawled through a river of nastiness and came out clean on the other side. Well, maybe not clean, but whole and able. 15 or so months ago, we were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed first-year students, writing over things like 10-point quizzes and skill checks for hand washing, which that turned out to be an important one, so I hope you all passed. But yeah, we passed those quizzes, and we got through those skill checks. We thought we'd be ready to go out into the world, to begin our careers. But the universe had a different idea. We had to go through one more trial before it deemed us ready to graduate. Well, here we are, hardened and tempered in the fires of pandemic, our heads unbowed as we take the important and hard lessons we learned in school and hope to apply it anywhere we can in this bed of chaos laid out before us. I'd like to take a moment to convey how proud I am of each and every one of you. When the virus struck and clinicals were in a state of uncertainty, I do not know a single person that said, "I'm scared. Hold me out, coach." We all rushed to the challenge of continuing our training, motivated to do our jobs and treat people as we've been called to do. Perhaps slightly motivated by anxiety and a desire to finish our school so we can go out and get paid, but I like to think it was more the first one. The fact remains that this summer, we've earned the privilege to join the heroes currently fighting for our future. Heroes in whose high company we need not be ashamed. Thank you first and foremost to our professors and program directors who refuse to surrender our clinicals and refuse to push back our graduations. Thank you to our families who always believed in us. Thank you to the school for giving us this great opportunity to succeed. And thank you to each and every one of you who strove on only with the promise of dawn, with night still around you. Well, we've got nowhere to go, my friends, but forward. Forward to pass our licensures. Forward to get jobs where we belong. Forward to do what we are put on this earth to do. Forward unto the dawn. Forward to the bright future for us, our loved ones, and our patients. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Ian. We congratulate you and your classmates on your successes. At this time, I would like to introduce to you the president of Germanna Community College. Dr. Janet Gullickson is the 6th president of Germanna Community College and the first female president. Dr. Gullickson came to us from Washington State, where she was president of Spokane Falls Community College. She holds a doctorate in education from the University of Minnesota, a master's degree from South Dakota State University, and a bachelor's degree from the University of South Dakota. Since coming to Germanna, she has led the college forward in many exciting accomplishments. Did you know that Germanna is the top-rated 2-year institution in Virginia? Yeah. Did you know that Germanna has led in increases in enrollment, while our sister colleges have experienced declines? I could go on. These are just a couple. We in the Nursing and Health Technologies Division thank Dr. Gullickson for her ongoing support and her leadership and her quick wit. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Gullickson to the ceremony at this time.
Hello, I'm Janet Gullickson, president of Germanna Community College, and I'm here today to say thank you to our health technologies faculty and students on the accomplishment of their pinning. I think Ian, in his speech, says it best about a river, somewhat dirty, coming out clean on the other side. That's what you do for most of us. In fact, for all of us who are lucky enough to be in your care. You make us clean. You make us healthy. You make us whole. And now, in the midst of the war that we are facing with the coronavirus, you are warriors in addition to nurturers and helpers and healers. I don't know if you were called to be a warrior. That's a different thing than the nurturing, helpful, supportive, caring professionals that you train to be. But I believe you have great courage. When I hesitated to send you to clinicals, you didn't. When I worried about how you would fare, you may have worried, but it didn't stop you. We are so proud to have you as Germanna's graduates. I want to end by talking about the professional pledge that you will take. I pledge to respect all of my colleagues' expertise. Germanna pledges to respect you. I pledge to encourage and assist in the lifelong development of all members of the healthcare team. Germanna pledges to encourage and assist you over your life. When you serve local and global communities, I pledge to be honorable and ethical. Dear students and faculty, you have taught Germanna how to be honorable. With this, I commit myself to those with whom I serve. Germanna is committed to you. It may be difficult to express in words how grateful we are that you are taking this pledge and being pinned by those you love. But let me try in a word. Awesome. You're just awesome. Thank you, students. Thank you, faculty. Now go out there and be the caring warriors you have trained to be.
Thank you, Dr. Gullickson, for those kind, inspiring, and awesome remarks. At this point, I would like to introduce to you our guest speaker. Our guest speaker is Ms. Donna Staton. Ms. Staton is a senior healthcare executive with more than 24 years of experience. She spent more than 14 years in the healthcare industry and more than 10 as a healthcare CIO. She currently serves as president of the Culpeper Medical Center, part of the Novant UVA health system. There she places a strong focus on improving rural healthcare, building strong teams, and creating and supporting community partnerships for advancing healthcare support in communities. She has extensive experience of leading organizations through change with strong focus on strategic planning, operational leadership, and service excellence. Donna has an undergraduate and graduate degree in business from the University of Virginia and is a member of the American College of Healthcare Executives. Welcome, Donna.
Congratulations. I'm Donna Staton, president of Culpeper Medical Center, a part of Novant Health UVA health system. It is a special honor and privilege for me to be able to celebrate with you today. You've worked hard to reach this milestone, and especially in the last few months, have gained a unique perspective of the role that healthcare workers play in our community. As we begin, I'd like to share some of my own personal story. I'd like to invite you to look at your career as the process of building a new home. I grew up in Culpeper in a blue-collar family in a house that my dad built. What you need to understand about my dad is that he was not a carpenter or a contractor, but he grew up on a farm and he worked 2 jobs to support our family, full-time as a plumber for VDOT and at a local service station. My dad knew as much about building a house as he did about being a nurse, but what he lacked in education and formal training, he made up for in determination. I want you to remember determination. We're going to come back to that. As a child, we would travel to a river in Syria, which is a part of Madison for those of you that are not familiar with the area, to gather river rock. He was no mason, but he learned how to assemble each of those rocks on our house in perfect order. Why river rock and not brick? Well, river rock was a whole lot less expensive than brick. It was free. My dad taught himself every construction trade there was. He was extremely resourceful. You have to remember that in the 70s, there was no such thing as the internet or YouTube. You learned through hard work, experience, and a lot of failures along the way. There was always the promise to finish the basement or to build a pool in the backyard, but there was never any time between work. When my dad passed away from a brain tumor my junior year of college, the house was still not finished. My dad taught me a valuable lesson when I went away to college, in that your house or your life must be built on a solid foundation. So lesson 1, make sure your foundation is built on hard work, determination, and dedication to a goal. My dad had the goal of finishing the house one day, but there was always tomorrow. What he showed me over the years was that while his project was never done, there was always one more room to finish and the dream of what it would one day become. Life is the same way. Today, as you graduate, you've begun to build a foundation upon which everything going forward will depend. Your journey is just beginning for your building process. Your foundation will influence your path, but be careful not to let it define the possibilities. It's up to you to determine what kind of house you'll build. How many rooms, the type of roof, what kind of exterior, and the view that you'll have. Consider along the way what additional skills or tools you may need. Today, your first room may be in a hospital setting, maybe where you've done your clinical rotation, or maybe a doctor's office. I challenge you to be open to the possibilities and accept this next phase as the start of a lifelong journey. Fast forward a few years and I had finished college and I was newly married. I decided to pursue my childhood dream of renovating the farmhouse where my dad grew up. The house was built in the late 1800s and it had tons of character. Oh, well, what that really means is that it was a complete gut job and rebuilt from the inside out. The light switches hung from strings in the ceiling and the windows rattled with a strong breeze. As a child, I had told my dad that I was going to live there one day. He told me I was crazy and it was a waste of time. But I was determined to see my dream through. You always need to consider the hand you're dealt with and how you can make the most of it. Lesson 2, never throw your cards in, but look at how you can reshuffle the deck. Perhaps you just need a new perspective. About this same time, I decided to enroll in an executive master's program. It allowed me to work full-time and also go to school. To say that I was stretched was a complete understatement, but I figured you can do anything for a year, right? So I took advantage of my employer's tuition reimbursement plan and off I went. During that same year, I suffered a major personal loss. I lost my mom due to complications from COPD. I poured myself into my work and the house, continually expanding my rooms and adding new views. I was given a number of new opportunities and promotions because of the investment I'd made in myself. Several years passed and I started to grow restless. I wanted to be on the front lines, changing lives, making a difference in real-world problems. So I decided to completely switch gears and took a job at a local hospital. Lesson 3, don't be afraid to take a chance on yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, why would you expect anyone else to? It was awesome. Every day I was learning something new. It was exciting, it was full of challenges, and I could not have been happier. The work that I was doing was making a meaningful difference in the lives of patients, caregivers, and improving the way care was being delivered. At the same time, our home also needed expanding. So we added a 3-level addition, and shortly thereafter, we welcomed twin girls to our family. My work life was paralleling my home life, and I had taken over the Chief Information Officer role. I was able to blend my IT background and healthcare in a way that truly was making a difference. I had found my calling in the hospital environment and finally felt that my work had purpose. Going to work every day was exciting, energizing. I couldn't wait to see the new views on the horizon. The years passed quickly and I now found myself the second in command. Lesson 4, enjoy what you do. You spend more time at work than you do at home. Invest in yourself and others and know that the only person's actions you can control are your own. And most of all, be willing to change if you're not happy. Some seasons last longer than others, and in my case, it was almost 15 years. As you work through your career, be open to the possibilities. Dedicate yourself to lifelong learning and strive to be the best that you can be. Look for certifications that allow you to specialize, volunteer to be part of a new project, or even take the patient that others shy away from. Lesson 5. Life is a classroom, and remember, you are the student. The experiences you gain will widen your perspective, open the door to new possibilities, and position you for the next big challenge. This last December, I joined Culpeper Medical Center as the new president. My view was different, everything was new and exciting again, and I could not wait to make a difference in my home community. My oldest son was in his first year of college, and my other 3 children were in 11th and 8th grades, and life was good. One day, while perusing on Facebook, I stumbled across a listing for my dream home. Lakeview, lots of space, lots of land, and it was only 5 minutes from our farmhouse. This new home was calling me. I have never imagined leaving our family home, but I had grown restless again. The timing couldn't be worse. I was 3 months into a new job, and we were facing a healthcare pandemic. But I needed a new view, a new challenge, and a new set of rooms. I remembered the life lessons I'd learned over the last 25 years, and what the heck, I decided to go for it. Today, we're preparing to move into our new home. Our house is full of boxes. I'm both excited for the change, and I'm sad to say goodbye to an old friend. The pandemic is with us for the foreseeable future, and my life as we know it has been turned upside down. But I have hope, and I'm optimistic about the future. My foundation has been built on solid ground with a lot of hard work and a willingness to never shy away from a challenge. I'm committed to our community, our patients, and team members, and I am helping to shape the next generation of healthcare leaders. In closing, I really do believe that the healthcare profession is not a job, it's a calling. As you leave here today, trust in the solid foundation that you've built over the last several years. Begin to take steps to build your rooms and expand your view. Never say no to an opportunity to learn a new skill, work in a new area, or be part of a different team. Comfort is never your friend. You will find that times of greatest learning and growth are when you push yourself outside of your comfort zone. Always be open to the possibilities as you begin this next part of your journey. And remember, you are the architect of your own destiny. Congratulations and best wishes for a bright future. I truly hope that our paths cross as you build out your career and travel through life. And take a lesson from my dad. Never consider your house finished. Always be reaching for that next goal. But most importantly, remember that along the way to enjoy the view. Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
We will now begin our pinning ceremony. First, we'd like to recognize our nurse aide students. These students are graduating with a Career Studies certificate as a healthcare technician. These students will sit for their certified nursing exam and become CNAs. Congratulations, graduates.
Great job, baby.
I would like to now recognize our medication aid graduates. These students have completed the Career Studies Certificate Healthcare Technician. They will sit for a licensing examination and become registered medication aides.
We will now recognize our pharmacy technician students. These students completed a career study certificate. They are eligible for licensure following a national exam and registration through the Board of Pharmacy.
Next, we'll pin our practical nursing graduates. These students have completed a year-long certificate to become licensed practical nurses upon completion of the NCLEX PN. Congratulations, practical nursing graduates.
My name is Siba. I am proud to be a licensed practical nurse. I want to take this opportunity to thank all my professors and peers who supported me through this journey. Thank you.
We will now pin our physical therapist assistant graduates. These students are completing an associate degree. They are associate in applied science and physical therapist assisting. These students will sit for the NPTE in July and then become licensed physical therapist assistants. Congratulations, graduates.
Proud of you. We're happy that you're graduating. And look, you've got your pin. It's awesome.
Last, we'll pin our nursing graduates. These students will graduate with an associate degree, an associate in applied science in nursing. Later this summer, they will sit for their state board exam, the NCLEX RN, and become registered as registered nurses. Congratulations, nursing graduates.
Anna Robeson, based on your diligent labor, blood, sweat, and tears in the nursing program at Germanna Community College in the year 2020, I hereby pin you as a nurse. And your nursing pin says, "The Lord is my strength and my song," Psalm 118:14.
So we got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Looks good. Good job.
She's official.
This is a special congratulations to the Practical Nursing class of 2020. You have achieved a lot, grown so much. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so excited for you in your future. Please also remember to keep it up and finish the journey. Keep up the study questions so that you can pass it and NCLEX. Well done.
Hi, Spring 2020 class. You all were cheated out of this last semester, and it was a really tough one. But you all made it, so congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2020. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations to all of our students in the Nursing and Health Technologies who are graduating this May of 2020. Good job, guys.
Hello, graduates. My name is Jamie Lenahan. I'm an assistant professor of political science here at Germanna. Congratulations on your graduation. I hope that you know that we are so proud of you and that we wish that we could celebrate with you in person. However, my favorite part of graduation is always watching the joy of the families in the audience in the accomplishments of their graduates. So I hope that today you're able to take some time to celebrate your accomplishment with your family and know that the faculty are celebrating with you in spirit. Please be proud of yourselves and know that we are all proud of you.
Hey everyone, it's Professor Williams. Congratulations to all the graduates, and particularly to the PTA students. You did it. Through tough times, sad times, happy times, you've always been able to choose your attitude and choose to be great and awesome. Now, choose to pass.
Congratulations. I'm so very proud of you.
Congratulations, Germanna graduates of 2020. We are so proud of you. Even though we can't celebrate with you physically right now, please know that we are celebrating with you on your educational accomplishments. Good luck in your future endeavors, and please stay connected with us through our Germanna Alumni Association. Stay safe and stay in touch with us. Congratulations.
I am so proud to call you all colleagues. Congratulations!
Congratulations, Germanna nurses. You did it. We're so proud of you. And I hope that the next time I need to be somewhere where there's a nurse, it's one of you. You probably thought you couldn't do it, but you did. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Germanna graduates.
Congratulations, Germanna graduates of 2020. We are so really proud of you. Even though we can't celebrate with you physically, please know that we are so proud of you and your educational accomplishments. Good luck to you in the future. I know you're going to do great things. Way to go, class of 2020. Yay!
Hi guys, I just want to say how proud I am of you. You've worked really hard, you've come a long ways, and you're going to be awesome nurses. Keep in touch so we know how great your career is going.
To our PTA graduates and all the health science graduates of 2020, congratulations.
We will now repeat the interprofessional pledge. In this pledge, we pledge to work together as a team to provide holistic interprofessional care to our patients.
I pledge
to respect
all of my colleagues' expertise
and collaborate to provide
care effectively,
safely, and efficiently
for the betterment of those entrusted to our care.
I pledge to encourage
and assist in the lifelong development
of all members
of the healthcare team
while serving our local and global communities
before personal or material gain.
I pledge to be an honorable and
ethical member of the healthcare team.
With this, I commit myself
to those who I serve
in my profession
and to practice collaboratively,
supporting high-quality, patient-centered care.
Thank you for celebrating with us today. I want to extend a special thank you to Mr. Mike Zitz and to Mr. Adam Dodd for making this event possible. I also want to thank our speakers, Ian Jingle and Ms. Staton. Graduates, we are so proud of you and the progress that you have made. But remember, the study marathon is not over. Your marathon will end the day you take your licensing exam. Do you know that passing your licensing exam is a choice? It's not something that just happens. You today are making a choice to pass or fail. Did you know that? There are two things to consider when you're contemplating this. The first thing to consider is financial. Did you know that if you fail your licensing exam, it can cost you up to $30,000? Yep, it's not just repaying for that exam. You are losing about a quarter of a year's wages. You also may lose the job of your dreams because your employer will give it to another licensed individual. Last, think about the ongoing financial strain your family will be under. They've been waiting for you to finish your degree and to get out there and get to work, haven't they? The next important thing to consider when you're choosing to pass is, did you know that your likelihood of passing your licensing exam on the first try is about 80%? Now at Germanna, it's higher than that. It's about 98%. Did you know that if you don't pass on the first try and you need to take it again, that your pass rate drops to 50%? A flip of the coin. Who wants to have those odds? You see, for the last 2 years, you've been running a race, a marathon, if you will. But the race is not over yet. It is not over until you take the licensing exam. You must continue to exercise until the day of the test. Why would you stop training or exercising before the race? The same is true with your licensing exam. Why would you stop preparing before the day of the test? You need to be exercising and training your brain every day. Well, you may ask, how do I do that? It has been shown statistically that if you take 20 questions a day and then 50 questions once a week, that this leads to passing the exam. When taking these questions, treat them as an exam. Give yourself only about a minute and a half a question. And then at the end, review what you got right and what you got wrong. Now this sounds crazy, but study only what you got wrong. Oftentimes we love to study what we got right because it just feels so good to have that knowledge. But that's not what you need. Study what you got wrong. Do this daily until your licensing. If you break from this regime, you are choosing to fail. The choice is definitely yours. Please use the strategies we discuss consistently each day, and I do mean each day, until you sit for your exam, whether it be the MPTE, the NCLEX PN, the NCLEX RN, the nurse aid certification, or the medication aid certification. Remember, passing your exam is a choice. Failing your exam is a choice as well. The choice is definitely yours. Families, I encourage you to support your graduate as they continue to study for their licensing exam or their certification exam. Remember, the race is not over until you take your exam. Why would you quit training at the 23rd mile? Exercise until the day of the race, the licensing exam. And then email me the great news because I want to celebrate with you. Thanks for investing in yourself, your family, and your future. Thank you for joining us today. Congrats to the 2020 graduates who have overcome so much to be where they are. We are so proud of you. Now remember, in December, we will have a formal pinning ceremony, and we hope that you will join us at that time as well. Again, congratulations, graduates.